I'm doing the Roger Moore stroke the Millhouse. Hello, fellow Michael Myers enthusiasts. It is Michael Myers, #1 fan here, Rorschach Myers. How are you all doing today? Doing well? I hope. Okay, so I've got some rumours for you today about the mask for Halloween Ends. The rumours come from the lovely people at, what's the name of the channel again? The Fandom Empire. I'll link their channel down below. But enough waffle from me. I'm going to play their video. It's only 6 minutes 50 seconds, and I'm going to do a reaction to it. A reaction to their rumours that the new Michael Myers mask is going to be perhaps the same as the Halloween 2018 Michael Myers mask from Halloween Kills. Just a bit more weathered. But there's the possibility that Michael might stumble on a completely brand new mask. Maybe a Halloween pumpkin theme mask. But I'm spoiling too much of the video already. Let's press play and see what the good chaps at the Fandom Empire have got to say. Yes, they got Patreons and production values. It's a proper YouTube channel.
What's up, Fandom fam? This is Fandom Empire. I'm Sean. Thanks for taking a few minutes of your Thursday evening to sit down and talk Halloween Ends with us. Today,
I like the mask on the left. The idea of a Halloween Ends mask being almost accidentally pumpkin themed because it's getting a little bit ragged, a little bit tatty. I like that idea. Maybe what they could do is use the old mask and have it a bit, falling apart and looking like a pumpkin, but not deliberately so. With the lighting they do on the movie, they can make it more like more of an orange effect as well. And that might be something that they do. It's something that I would do in that Halloween Ends movie. Make the mask look more like a pumpkin, like it does there on the left.
Today was a huge Halloween Ends info day for us at Fandom Empire. We look forward to sharing some of that with you on a live stream tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. Be on the lookout for that. We're using a similar thumbnail to what we used in this video. First up, though, the multiple choice question for this video. Do you want to see Michael Myers in a brand new, never before seen Halloween mask in Halloween Ends? Or do you want to see him use the same mask he had in the original movie and Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills? Comment down below. We want to know what you have to say.
Okay, it's going to be a brand new mask anyway, isn't it? Right? It's just going to be a question of what the brand new mask is going to look like. Is it going to look like a more deteriorating version of this mask here? Or is it going to be a brand new mask based on the old mask from 1978? That'd be a little bit boring to me if Michael just picked up an old mask that looks exactly like his mask from 1978. To be a bit more interesting then, like I've already said in the video, what I would like to see is Michael Myers having the same mask from 2018, from the Halloween movie reboot, from Halloween Kills, so getting more deteriorated, but then to such an extent that it starts to resemble a pumpkin, like this image there on the left. That would be visually striking and very interesting to me, having the mask slowly morph into a pumpkin as the years progressed. Michael Myers himself being the avatar of Halloween, or like they said in one of the older Halloween movies, what do they call it? Is it Samhain? You're gonna have to fact check me on that one. So yeah, Michael Myers becoming the avatar of Halloween, and his mask morphing into a pumpkin shape like the one on the left. That would be, creatively speaking, the most satisfying move in my opinion. I don't know what they're going to do, obviously, but if I was in charge of the Halloween franchise, that's what I would do.
The third installment in David Gordon Green's Halloween trilogy, Halloween Ends, is currently slated to open in cinemas later this October. Now, there's not a lot known for sure about the movie simply because the movie has not started filming yet. However, filming is slated to begin soon. Typically, as a new Halloween movie gets closer, fans of the long-running horror series begin to speculate, what will Michael Myers look like in the new picture? And
that's what I'm doing now.
It's no different with Halloween Ends quickly approaching later this year. In Halloween 2018, we saw Michael Myers use the original mask that was in Halloween 1978.
let's go back a little bit there. I'm going to have to get these 3 masks in my collection, by the way. The 78 original, the 2018 slightly weathered version, and the Halloween Kills version, which I've already got in my collection, obviously. Hopefully the next mask that I'll be getting in my collection, the 2022 version, will be, like I've just said in the video, a more weathered version of this, but morphing into a pumpkin. That's what I want.
Used the original mask that was in Halloween 1978, just it was aged and weathered from being kept in a locker for 40 years. However, a lot of people think that the mask wasn't weathered enough and wasn't realistic to how it would look today. In Halloween Kills, he wore the same mask, only it was burnt from being trapped in the basement by the Strodes. I
don't know actually what happens to masks over 40 years, but I did have a pair of Michael Air Jordans, which I had in my teens, and I kept them for about 25 years in my cupboard. And I took them out one day to wear them. I'd never worn these Air Jordans before, and they just crumbled. They crumbled into dust like a vampire in John Carpenter's Vampires when hit by the sunlight. That was weird. I was thinking to myself, if I just keep these Air Jordans in pristine condition, they'll be worth something in the future. But yeah, as soon as I took them out of the wardrobe 20 or 25 years later, just crumbled into vampiric dust. But I wonder what happens to the mask over 40 years. Would the mask crumble into a vampiric dust like my Air Jordans, or would it just look like the 2018 version? Please let me know in the comments down below. I don't know.
Halloween Ends. We've yet to have confirmed what the mask will be officially. However, we've been reporting at Fandom Empire for a while now. It seemed like there were only 2 options that they could choose.
Okay.
One, if they're moving the movie 4 years later, it would make sense for Michael to stumble upon a new mask that's Michael Myers-like, but a bit of a more modern take.
I don't like the idea of Michael Myers stumbling onto things. Michael Myers is the alpha male. He's always in charge. He's supremely confident. Michael Myers ain't stumbling into anything. No, Michael Myers would pick a mask specifically because it resembles a Halloween pumpkin, and he is the avatar of all things Samhain or of Halloween. That is so satisfying. That creativity, which I'm projected onto the movie producers. Hopefully they do that. But Michael Myers just stumbling onto things. Now, that's not how Michael Myers works. Michael Myers is in control. He's a wish fulfillment person, fantasy character for people who actually don't have any control in the real world and are constantly told, incessantly gaslit, that they've got privilege, that they are in control. That's why Michael Myers resonates so much with people like me, because we understand that we're completely powerless, and being told that we're in charge is kind of annoying. So to have someone like Michael Myers who is actually competent and in charge and cannot be messed around with wizardry words and spell casting, which is what the news media is all about and the entertainment media is all about, of course, it's massively satisfying to genuinely marginalised people like myself. Continuing, got off on a bit of a tangent there.
Or 2, we see the same mask that's been used in all of these movies in the series, and we see it even more weathered down from that terrible night in 2018, because you have to remember Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills take place on the same night.
Okay, there's 2 options there with the same solution, isn't there? You could pick a mask which looks more like a Halloween pumpkin mask, or the mask itself from 2018 from Halloween Kills or Burn could start to morph into a pumpkin. So the solution is the same. Please make the mask look more like a pumpkin. That's what I want. That's what I want.
While we believe the information we received this morning, because filming hasn't begun yet, it should be treated strictly as rumor for now.
Okay.
The information we received this morning had a lot of information about Halloween Ends in it. It certainly seems like most of it is believable and likely true, but in this video we're going to focus in on the mask, and specifically the masks we are showing.
So are these the concept designs? Is that the same mask as this one? Is that a screenshot from the movie? This thing looks kind of creepy, doesn't it? Looks kind of creepy. Doesn't look like a pumpkin to me, but this one, it just looks like a melted thing.
Showing you here on screen, because the information and even
it looks kind of sad. that's a sad monster. That's a creepy monster, and that's the monster from Halloween Kills.
Concept art.
The shape.
that we had a chance to see this morning seem to indicate that the mask that they're using for Halloween Ends is a nod to how the original mask looks today. That was the inspiration for it. I get it. I understand.
Well, that's obvious. It's bound to be a nod to the original mask, isn't it? But what does it look like, you know?
And it just doesn't mean it's the decision that I would have made. But I'm not saying it isn't either.
So the rumour is that it's a nod to the original mask. That's not really giving away that much, is it?
Should be noted that strictly the only information I was given in terms of what it's a nod to is how the original mask appears today. However, looking at some of the concept art that I had a chance to see, I would argue that obviously it still looks like the Halloween Kills mask, but it's more melted and more decayed, and that night has passed now, and I mean half a decade has almost passed now since that night. But the concept art that I see not only pays tribute to how the original mask looks today, which you can see on the right-hand side of your screen, I thought it kind of also looked...
So is this the concept art that he's seen?
Looked a little bit like the burnt version of the Halloween Resurrection mask. The other mask that the concept art kind of looked like was the mask that was used in the Haddonfield Nightmare, a Halloween fan film done by Braden Timmons and company.
Okay, so I'm getting the impression that he's seen the concept art, but he's not putting it on the screen here. I haven't seen the Haddonfield Nightmare. I like to see it. Can you see it on YouTube? How do I see the Haddonfield Nightmare? This mask to me, it looks kind of like a Frankenstein's monster mask. You know, a little bit too square-headed.
Company over there. Now, I wasn't a big fan of how much you could see Michael's eyes in their mask, but I loved the look of the mask in general. And the cracking and the weathering, in my opinion, stands out way more than it did in the actual 2018 mask. And in the concept art for the Ends mask, it definitely looks very similar to that. But there were two different versions of it. There was one that definitely gave a nod to the mask. Not an intentional nod, but it looks like it gives a nod to Braden Timmons' mask. And the other piece of concept art we got...
What on earth is this?
...to see seemed like it, stole a page out of Leatherface's book, and you could tell parts of the mask...
It's like Leatherface's retarded brother from another mother, the other mother being Frankenstein Monster's bride. So it's a combination of Frankenstein and Leatherface. That is not Michael Myers to me. And it's got a Joker smile on it as well.
Looked heavily tied together on the one side of...
No, I don't want this square head. I don't want the... whatever this is supposed to be. That's just a sad melted man. This is 2018, and this one here is a little bit better. But I want the pumpkin theme mask. I want this mask deteriorated, morphing into a pumpkin. That'd be most satisfying to me.
Michael's face. So when you consider all the damage the mask has taken, are you guys going to be okay with wiring or, a rope or string or just a Leatherface style look being added to the Michael Myers mask?
I don't want to be reminded of Leatherface when I'm watching Michael Myers. No, Michael Myers is Michael Myers, Leatherface is Leatherface. Keep them separated. We don't want a Jason versus Freddy calamity going on.
With increased weathering? I don't know about you guys. Maybe you guys feel it's too much on the nose of Leatherface.
Yeah, it's too much like Leatherface. By the way, I did enjoy the Jason versus Freddy movie. It's kind of silly. I might do a review of it on my channel later on.
But I absolutely fucking love the idea of Michael's mask being held together by string and him having to do it himself, and it's kind of sloppy and all over the place.
Sloppy all over the place? No, that's not what Michael Myers is about. Like I've said already in the video, Michael Myers is supremely confident and competent. He's not going to just string it together with his remaining fingers. No, I don't want that.
And that's exactly what the concept art looked like. At least the one piece. The other piece, there was no wiring, but lots of weathering. So there you have it. No brand new mask for Michael and Halloween Ends. Which it still would have been cool to see a modern take on a new Michael Myers.
And it is going to be a brand new mask, isn't it? Because it's not going to look like this one.
Halloween mask.
I mean, I know what you're saying. No brand new mask. I mean, he's not going to chuck this one in the bin and get a new one, a new William Shatner mask and get the Dulux paint out. He's not going to do that, but it's going to be new. the mask in Halloween Ends is going to be new. It's going to look a little bit like this, but not the same as this. But that's what Michael Myers' mask always looks like. It's always changing just a little bit, isn't it? But yeah, the idea of it morphing into a pumpkin, I'll say for the millionth time in this video, is what I want.
But it sounds like they've gone the route of weathering the mask even more, almost half a decade later. All the damage that was done to it on 2018 plus the 40 years prior, and it just sitting there. The question is, what one do you rather? Would you rather a new mask, or would you rather the weathered down mask that pays nod to how the real mask looks like in real life, with maybe a little bit of leather face and the Haddonfield Nightmare mask?
No leather face, no Haddonfield Frankenstein monster mask
put into it. Again, everything in this video should be treated as strictly rumor for now. We could be wrong with this info, but we don't expect that we are. We expect that this info is pretty spot on. But if I had to guess, my guess is they're using the non-Leatherface-like one. Although, personally, I think the idea of Michael tying part of the mask together is really cool, really clever. And for Rob Zombie fans, kind of pays a nod to them, too.
Rob Zombie fans, I tried to watch the Rob Zombie movie, and it was so cliche. I got about half an hour through it and I couldn't watch it anymore. I will try again to watch the Rob Zombie movie, but I am not a fan. What do you guys make of the Rob Zombie movies? I don't want the backstory of Michael Myers being a kid who gets bullied at school and has a bad mummy and family relationship. That's just, it was ticking every cliche going for, a kid who's going to grow up to be a serial killer. It was boring to me. That was it. That was what I didn't like about it. It was boring, and the characters in the movie, the family characters around Michael Myers, were so two-dimensionally evil and repugnant. I mean, the guy in the house, I'm going off on a tangent now, the guy in the house who's going out with Michael Myers' mother didn't seem to bring anything to her. He wasn't particularly handsome or charming, or didn't have a good job. He was just sitting in the chair abusing everybody all day, and the mum was actually kind of attractive. It didn't make sense to me. It just like turned the mum into ultimate victim who has no agency in her life, and that reminds me of what lefties always do. They will strip the agency away from victims, and victims are mainly female. So it was just yeah. But okay, I'll leave that alone. I'll talk about that movie later, perhaps when I've watched the whole thing. Don't want to go off on an anti-zombie rant.
Also, apologies for the production quality of this video. Typically, lately, when we do a pre-produced video, it's better, but everything crashed on us, and we had to rush just...
It seemed okay to me, but it's better than the videos I do.
To get something out. Because I'm sure it's going to spread everywhere, and that's just sort of how the YouTube game works. Anyways, comment down below. We want to know what you thought of the video and the information in the video, and we'll see you tonight during the live stream, 9 p.m. Eastern. Don't forget to click that subscribe button, everybody. Don't forget, the Boogeyman, he's coming.
Okay, mate, okay. Let's go back to the mask there and do a little summary. Okay, I don't want to repeat myself. You already know my take on the situation, what I want, but what do you lovely people want? What kind of Halloween Ends mask would make you feel happy in Halloween time 2022? It's coming up already, isn't it? It's coming up already. Hopefully the Coof situation will be sorted out by then, and we'll be getting back to some sort of normality, but who knows? Only a fool makes predictions, and call me whatever you want, but I am no fool. So no predictions from me, no predictions about the mask either. I've already loudly proclaimed exactly what I want, a Halloween themed Sam Hine Michael Myers mask morphing into a pumpkin. That's what I would do on a creative, from a creative point of view. That's where I would take the franchise. But I like I've already said in the video, have about as much power as anybody else who looks like me in the West today. So no, I did the sign. Oops! Oh, I just exposed myself. Okay, guys, I'll conclude the video there. Looking forward to the comments. What kind of mask do you want in Halloween Ends? Big question mark. Thanks for checking out the vid. Please like, a bit ranty, wasn't it? A bit disorganised, that's what I'm like. Please like and subscribe if you'd be so kind. Cheers, take care. Catch you all later. Isn't that cup wonderful? Social distancing and wearing a mask in public since 1978. Cheers, guys. Later.